Ba 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 da ba 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 da ba da ba 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 Bodhi Bros. The Bodhi Bros. That was terrible, but I don't know. It's Simpson inspired beginning season 3, episode
8
of the Bodhi Bros.
Ocho.
We are here. This is the other Ocho. The non-ESPN version of the Bodhi Bros. We should do an ESPN version of the Bodhi Bros one day and just talk.
Maybe they're fantasy, fantasy football or something.
Yeah, spiritual sports talk.
Yeah, we'll do some sort of like spiritual draft or something. I don't know.
Yes, something. It'll be Bodhi Brosish. All right. So I am, by the way, John with a J.
And I'm Bodhi Ray. And what we got today? We got spirit talk.
Okay, tell me about that, Ray. What does that mean?
So what we're going to do is we come in. We have no idea what we're going to talk about.
No idea.
We'll pull a card, an oracle card or a tarot card, and that will sort of be the subject that we talk about. We'll let the cards dictate the conversation, the flow. The good thing is, too, is since we're going to pull a card, even though it's not really a reading, per se, like a formal reading, but the people listening, you guys can make it into one. So if you have a question, say, hey, what's going to go on? This person I met, this date, how's it going to be? You could set your intention, your question, and then use the card we pull as a reading for yourself for that question.
I like it a lot. We'll just remind folks too, as I pull a card or Ray pulls a card, take a moment, gather yourself. If you want an individual reading or a specific question, we will give you that time allotment to focus, ground, set your attention, or just kick back and relax and join us for our tour down the lazy river. So it's either spiritual walk and talk with us or float and what rhymes with float? I don't want to say gloat.
Goat.
How do you goat?
Goat. Wait, was it float and
I don't want to say gloat. Toke. No, it doesn't work. I don't know. Whatever. Just float with us down the damn lazy river. All right. It doesn't have to rhyme.
Just toke and float.
Toke and float. That's fine.
Maybe that has to be the name of this episode.
How come I can't think of anything that rhymes with float? Is there no tote? Moat, remote, coat, boat, hote, jote, wrote. It just doesn't work. It'll come at the end of the episode. I'll be like, oh, float and.
I don't know. I like toke and float.
That's fine. I'm sure you do. Anywho, yeah, fruit is hard to carry. All right, so I would say this isn't a theme, but I'm introducing this today because, I was walking around the house and like, well, okay, I got to do a podcast. What decks am I going to use? And I'm like, I don't want to use the same decks, although that's fine because there's so many cards and combinations. And between you and I, we have so many decks. But I'm like, I'm going to use some new decks, but I'm also in the spirit of challenging myself and getting uncomfortable. I don't know anything really about tarot. I just know, so there's cups, there's pentacles, there's different, but I never practiced a lot with it. I never took any courses. I was never guided by some tarot master or, someone that really, really knew or was just such an avid lover of tarot that I learned a lot from he or she. Yeah, I have a few tarot decks and I think it's kind of fun and funny in the same sense. So I'm going to pull some tarot cards today.
I got some tarot. I have tarot here. I have Wild Unknown Tarot.
Oh my God. Are we going to make it an exclusive tarot walk and talk, toke and float?
We can.
We don't have to. I'm not binding you to that.
Let's just go with, let's just do your tarot, then we'll go from there.
I am going to start with a gift from a very cool friend. And when he gave me this deck, it was like, so I wasn't expecting a gift. And he's like, hey, I got you this. And I was like, oh, wow, that's really sweet. And then at the same time, I was like, that's really fucking cool. And so this is it's called the Hermetic Tarot.
Oh, I like that. That's
They're
cool.
black and white. The cards are so freaking cool. Here's the back of the box. Here's a sample of what the cards look like.
Nice.
That is the Emperor. Um, but yeah, so if you're in the tarot, the first card I'm going to pull is a tarot card. So ask your question or set your intention or just sit back and relax in the lazy river of the Bodhi flow. And now the book is really, really, really tiny. It's a mini book. It's a tiny book. It's a little guy. So I'm going to put on my old man reading light. Whoa, and just, stick with me. But we'll start with this. These could, as I've noted in the book, and I do know little general things about tarot, and it's I guess you need to be mindful about them coming up reversed because it's a different meaning. So we'll pay attention to that. And we'll get our conversation started on the subject of, here's the first card, John with the J's pulling. So ask your question, set your intention, or sit back, relax, and flow with us. La, 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 la. Okay, there they are, Ray. You're feeling like maybe like right. You're gonna put, you get that one?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
pull it out,
that's
Ray.
good.
Okay.
7 of Wands. Nice.
Ooh.
I like those cards.
They're so cool, man. The artwork is awesome. So it's a 7 of Wands. The Lord of Valor. Okay.
Okay.
Now I need to go to my microscopic book and find wands. See, swords. Wands. How many? 7?
7.
7 wands are swimming in our lazy river. 5 golden cups. All right. The Lord of Valor. 7 wands appear in this card. That is correct. 6 wands intertwined. The center upright wand has a winged solar disc and 2 serpents on top. And on the bottom is an orb with an arrow representing Mars. The crossed wands are topped by lingams and followers. The lion's tails at the bottom of the 2 wands represent Leo. Flames leap from the point of juncture of the wands. Above and below the wands are the symbol for Mars and Leo. Mars in Leo, 20 degrees, 30 degrees. I don't know what that means. If anyone does, please chime in. Angels. Mahasaya and Lelahel. Lelahel. Okay. So I guess these are the coordinates and the angels that are representative in the 7 of Wands suit. I'm not sure. I don't know. All right, here are the meanings. So this is the topic that we will be honing in on. Okay, victory, valor, advantage, gain, and overcoming opposition. Newman. All right, victory, valor, advantage, gain, overcoming opposition. An interesting start to today's spread.
Well, when I hear that, I think of overcoming obstacles, and really what our obstacles are. Most of the time, our obstacles are internal, and it's our resistance to whatever it is that we want or whatever we're trying to get, where we're trying to move ahead. And sometimes that internal voice that says, oh, you don't want this because if you want this, it's gonna bring this, or someone else isn't gonna accept you, or whatever. You have pros and cons. Is that voice, that opposition, is that con that tells you that wants to keep you small, that wants to keep you safe, that wants to keep you, kind of stuck from moving ahead in life. So that victory is acknowledging what that opposition is and not bypassing it, not pushing it away, but allowing it to speak and acknowledge whatever those cons are, and giving the minority that voice. And then hopefully, maybe there's some sort of way that you end up settling that voice and you move ahead towards what you really want.
We talked about this before we hit record. Might as well just start hitting record, Ray. We keep talking about it. So I've been looking for a job for what feels like months now. I said, Ray, how many weeks has it been? And And he's like, I think you've been looking for a few months now. And I'm like, months? Are we into months? So many rejections, so many applications, so many phone interviews, and not getting to next steps, and then occasionally getting to the second step, but I didn't make it to the 17th step, and still without a job. But and see, I think just by saying it like that, there's some of the resistance, isn't it? Isn't it? And that's what you talked about. You're like, you said, well, you probably still have some resistance, and clearly there's a part of me that doesn't want any of these jobs that I've applied for. Not that if I was resistant free, I would have gotten them all, because that doesn't make sense. But surely I would have gotten one if I really wanted one of these jobs. And one of the first things I said before I opened that conversation with you was, man, I can't wait till the Bodhi Bros is our job. And we can just do that. This is our job, man. This is how we make our bread and butter, and how we spend our days creatively and celebrating not just the show, but the things that the show can create, and the places that this show can take us, and commune with other people, and expand their lives as well as a result of building this show. This starts with the podcast, but there's so much more that can happen from it. So what do I do? Hey, what how do I gain this victory and this valor?
I think it's probably you have to do parts work.
Do I? Or do I just stop looking for a job and pour myself into the things that I love again, and not give up on that quest, man? Like,
I don't know. I'm not really sure what that answer is. I mean, because it's everyone's different in different situations. For you,
right.
I don't know, because I mean, there's obviously reasons why you're pursuing a job and you're looking for that job. So would you be in that may affect other areas in your life? So I don't know, by just being like, yeah, I'm not going to look for a job. I'm just going to do what I want and
right.
hope for the best. I don't know. I mean, there's certain
right.
game plans that work in certain times, and I don't know. Is there a way for both of that for both sides to get what they want? Maybe
yeah. And that's what I was hopeful for. I was hopeful that, I could secure.
What do you mean was hopeful? You're not
Well,
hopeful anymore.
I'm not. No, I'm not feeling hopeful anymore. Dude, I have put in hundreds of applications, man. And yeah, it's tough out there and this and that, but like it's, man, it gets to the point where you just feel deflated, defeated, and just done, man. 3 Ds of job hunting, man. Deflated, defeated, done. And it's like an everyday thing. You check the email and you get, oh, we get tons of applications. However, right now we've decided to move on with other candidates, and you're like, and
maybe there's a job out there, but maybe it's a different field that you're not seeing. Maybe it's a different. Maybe your perspective of what you can do is here, and it needs to be more like out here. And
that is
maybe your life's trying to redirect you to a different area.
And maybe that goes with the theme of getting uncomfortable and doing tarot today. I don't know. I don't know much about tarot. Maybe I need to open myself up to something new and not think that this is the industry. This is my resume, and my experience doesn't need to dictate this, like you're saying. Maybe I should look inside and allow it to be like this. So, I could do anything, man. I mean, aside from being a brain surgeon or rocket scientist, because I'm not qualified. But if I wanted to do those things, I'll just go back to school. So yeah, that's cool. I like that. We'll let that marinate as you work into your deck of cards. But I'm
gonna go with the tarot deck too.
Okay.
This one is the True Heart Intuitive Tarot. Here's the booklet for it.
I like that one.
Really good deck. Really good deck.
So
Rachel True is the one who did it.
Okay. As you work. Okay. She's an actress?
Yeah.
I like that. See, I've been thinking about that. So as we wrap up the first part of the reading and you work into that deck. So victory, valor, overcoming, what was it? Obstacles or whatever, something like that.
Obstacles, opposition.
Yeah. Opposition. And we said a lot of times that's ourselves too, right? And so, and the resistance. So in summation, do some parts work on the parts of me that are in opposition to rejoining that old life and that sales position or that job with a small company, a big company, whatever, and seeing how it could work with, you know, the Bodhi Bros endeavors and hopes. And those don't have to be in opposition. Those can work together to foster the type of life that we're questing for. Um, and also, I don't know where I was headed. I get a little sidetracked there. Just breathe into being open to other things and not narrowing myself to it just has to be this. Oh, I know where I was headed. You just said to exactly where you're taking this, and that's, she said she's an actress. And lately I was thinking about that because I do comedy and stuff. I have a comedy channel. I make comedy videos. I have a comedy Patreon, all that stuff. John Pepe Comedy, by the way, check it out. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, but Patreon, please, Patreon. $1 a month. Sorry for the plug, Ray had to do it. But I was thinking, I'm like, is that what you really want? Or do you, you know, like, because I don't want a life of a stand-up comic. It was more like acting really, really calls to me. And as a writer, I'm really drawn to not just I think saying comedy does that to me too. For me, it's like it's acting. It doesn't just have to be comedy. I would love to do something very serious and very,
maybe you should write a script.
Yeah, I've definitely dabbled in that before too, and maybe just need to be a little more serious with that because I do have a lot of ideas there. Maybe I could write myself into a role, you know, Kevin Smith style or something.
Right.
But okay, so open the doors, overcome opposition. Moving on, take us to the actress deck.
So True Heart, this is what the back of the decks look like. So if you have a question that you need a reading for right now, ask. All right. We got the King of Cups. King of Cups. Thirsty King. Let me look this up. Cups. All right, King of Cups. The King is a romantic, emotionally stable, supportive person, willing to lend an ear or shoulder to cry on when needed. This is the true romantic leading man, the good guy who checks in on their feelings and yours. They might be a patron of the arts or healer in touch of their feminine energy. They can be a great mate or friend, able to make you feel seen, supported, and appreciated. If you're representing a paternal figure in your life, the sensitivity and support this king possesses provide connection and profound understanding of the family's needs and dreams. Artistic expression and individuality are encouraged and celebrated. This is the kind of parent you can wrap around your finger, so be careful not to take advantage of their generous nature. In relationship dynamics, this attractive romantic soul isn't in the dating pool long. When they love, they give their heart fully, intuitively anticipating your desires. They understand the need for balance between career and love. They come off a little too nice or accommodating, but try not to overlook them. In professional life, you may be a compassionate leader or have just landed a dream meeting, gig, or bonus and be feeling the love. In positions of power, this archetype takes into the personal needs of others while considering the bottom line. There may be someone around you who can provide mentorship. You'd be wise to take their advice. So, and it just says real fast: high vibe, romance, maturity, love, calm, focus, intuition, support, commitment. What you feeling?
definitely latching on to the high vibe support, and the um, I guess what I kept hearing was maybe a mentor of sorts, maybe. Um,
Yeah, I said that too. That person can be a mentor.
so when you draw the King of Cups, what is, and you're just drawing that in general terms. If we've drawn it, I guess we can allow it to carve out a path for us in whatever direction we want it to. Um,
I know
Go
what
ahead.
I was getting out of that was balance, like the balance between the career life and the family life.
We lost Ray. Damn it! Whenever he gets on a roll, sometimes it's just we don't hear Ray. Ray, come back to us, Ray. He was talking about balance and family life and professional life. And I'll just fill in the space here until there he's back. All right. So, Ray, you're talking about balance between family life and professional life. King of Cups.
Yeah, it kind of seems like that person is able to have um, integrate those two worlds and balance those two worlds, not too caught up in one. Sometimes we get too caught up in career and we're trying to move ahead to the next position, to that management spot, or we feel that we have to give, 50, 60 plus hours, to whatever we're doing, in work. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. And then, so it's kind of a reminder, not to neglect your relationships, not to neglect your family. Um, and I guess, and sometimes maybe in the other opposition too, someone who's very family focused, not to just get lost in the family role, but maybe they have some sort of some kind of urge to kind of maybe, hey, sometimes, a lot of sometimes like, a person will be a stay-at-home parent for a while, and then they get that urge, that desire to kind of go back into the working world. They still have something they feel like they need to fulfill that, but which is fine, but sometimes you have to have that balance, or maybe that person who was that stay-at-home parent starts to have some resentment after a while, that they kind of gave up on this career or gave up on their ambitions to for the family. Maybe they could find somehow, maybe it takes time, maybe you have to wait till the kids get older or whatever, but maybe go back and try to bring some more balance to your life, or maybe they need some kind of outlet creatively or something.
So what you're saying is a lot of times maybe we feel stuck or we feel shackled in the sense that we can't have it all. We have to either choose one or the other, but that's not true. We can
Right.
we can have it all. It's just a matter of you used the word balance, but integrating those two lives, or in some case three or four lives, to where it's a sustainable, healthy equation. And you can do
Right.
that. You just have to spend time intimately diagnosing what that looks like, and how that feels to you and the others around you that you're supporting and being supported by. But it's not an impossibility.
No, not
And
at
in
all.
fact, it's probably the most healthy thing for you, because you're not suppressing aspects of yourself, and you're not resenting elements in your partners or in your family, because you're an allowance of what's important to you and what you need, to fulfill you in a way that's going to be able to help you help others, um, both in your family, your community, professional life, personal life, et cetera, et cetera. So yeah, that makes sense. And and uh, maybe for me this means, you know as far as the King of Cups is concerned, maybe I need to find that particular person that's going to help, bring me to the next level, and either
Yeah.
understand this equation better in myself, or offer me an opportunity. Maybe it's a new boss,
Yeah.
that helps me, um, just cultivate a new groove in my life that I feel good about, because it adopts all the things that will make me feel like I'm contributing to my family, but I'm also taking care of myself. I'm at home, but I'm also out traveling and connecting with the world and people that make life exciting to me, for me. So
And you're
yeah,
still a Bodhi bro.
what's that?
And you're still a Bodhi bro throughout all this.
Yeah, dude. I mean, and that's really important, man. And so I guess I guess going back to the whole,
Perspective thing.
yeah, of just
So
what is the term? Pigeonholing is that the phrase? Pigeonholing yourself?
Yeah, yeah. I kind of, yeah.
Putting yourself in a corner, like just narrowing my perspective. I need to really open up to certain things and people. I need to call in my teachers, my mentors.
Maybe that person you meet, that person that would help you, is somebody who's been in your shoes before, who's kind of been in that, and they can kind of relate to what you want. Like you kind of, you still have this creative ideas and ambitions, but you kind of still want the stability of having, an income, checks coming in and all that stuff. And so maybe it's somebody who's that person you would meet, that mentor would be somebody who's been in that and can understand and maybe give you the tools or strategy how you can.
Yeah, and maybe just being close to someone that's living that same life or has lived that same life, and like instead of us just talking about it and be imagining it or trying to feel into it, but like
I think I know who this person is.
Oh yeah,
Matt,
you son of a gun.
You two go out for your ice cream.
That's it. Me and Matt.
Yeah, I think you should call him up, hit him up, and be like, hey,
dude. ice cream and hopscotch.
How can I beat you?
Yeah, me and Matt, ice cream and hopscotch all day. Dude, I'm having like a Laverne and Shirley moment here. Shamil, Shlamazel. We're gonna do it. All right, Matt, you don't know this, but we're gonna be best buddies. It's just a weird Bodhi bro thing. Relax, just let it happen. We'll see you in Vegas, Matt. Crap. It's fun stuff. All right, let's allow this to take us to the next card, which would be me. All right. People love cats. People also love dog tarot. So I brought some dog energy into our mix here, and this makes it a little more simple. And the words on the page are a little bigger. Might not need my spotlight. And that doesn't feel like there's a lot of cards here. Very thin deck, but it still says dog tarot. It's got a bone on the front there. It's great. All right, so folks, if you have a question, you want to tap into the wisdom of the dog tarot, you may ask. If you have an intention, set it now, or if you want to just continue to float and toke and bespoke on our lazy river of Bodhi Bros sorts, please continue to enjoy the sun and the tide as we set adrift. I'm putting it on the Simpsons, man. I'm putting this all on the Simpsons. This is up to Marge, Homer, and the gang right here. Take us home.
Simpsons predict a lot of stuff.
Oh, that's the one.
There it is. Here it comes. The Chariot. Ooh, I like that one. That's a nice looking card too. Dog driving a car.
You don't see that every day. All right. X11, my favorite Roman numeral. That's 12. Or 1 + 2 is the power of 3. Woo! All right, we have the Chariot. Let's check out what the Chariot will bring us.
I think that means driven.
Does it?
Drive.
That would make sense. All right. All right, the Chariot represents your dog's desire for happiness and delight and the thrill of living fully in the joy of the moment. The Chariot's wheels are a symbolic extension of your dog's legs and of her profound passion for running far and fast. The open roof signifies her exquisite sense of smell, at least 1,000 times better than yours, an inborn ability to interpret the world by deep, sweet inhaling. I like that. When you draw the Chariot, your dog is asking, how can I entice my person into lowering the car window so I can have a worldly aromatherapy adventure? Remember that without your assistance or opposable thumbs, your dog can't scratch her olfactory itch. The Chariot commands you to help your dog and suggests that in doing so, you'll be helping yourself. opening your life to new joys and sensory experiences.
Wow.
Oh,
That's a really good card.
this is neat, man. I didn't know this about this deck. The message for humans who drew this card is
Oh, that was
so
for the dog?
that was for the dog, but I mean, you know, it's your buddy, it's your best friend. So isn't it usually you're going to be doing stuff with your dog, for your dog, around your dog, and as it said, you know, commands you in doing so, be helping yourself, opening your life to new joys and sensory experiences. But this is what the bottom says. It's just one sentence or two. All right. So the message for humans, for those of you out there that are non-K9 listeners, don't be afraid to gas up and savor those great sniffs down the road. Remember, friends don't let friends drive with their windows closed.
I like that. I mean, what I'm just getting out of that is that joy could really only be experienced in the present moment. And the more present we are, the more we're able to experience the joy of this moment. You know, right now I could sit there, look at, I'm on here doing this with you. This is fucking awesome. I got the sunshine out there, good weather out the window. I could appreciate that. Man, this is great. There's joy all around me.
How can it get any better than this?
Exactly.
The better it gets, the better it gets. And just allow, I love that question. I'll share that every time I can, even for all of you, those of you know what I'm talking about. You don't say it can't get any better than this. You always ask yourself, how can it get any better? And just keep allowing and expanding because it can. If you let it, it will. It's when we clam up and get scared, or we put up those blocks that, yeah, it can't get any better than this, because now you've made yourself a match to lack versus expanse. And I love the open window thing on so many levels. I love it figuratively. I love it metaphorically. I love it. In fact, I did it today. And here in Florida, especially Central Florida, you can't always do it, especially this time of year. When I was taking my partner to work today, I'm in the air condition all day. I'm in this house all freaking day. And so I rolled the window down. It was so sweet, man. It was so, did a little hand carve, and the hand swerve. I'd let it do it. I did that as a kid. And it's just, I mean, we close ourselves in all the time in so many ways. And this is, literally here, a little, going from one air conditioned rectangle into another one. And, turn the radio on, distraction. We turn the air on, just unhealthy, reprocessed, refiltered, not great for you air. And but yet we're surrounded by all this glory and goodness that we close ourselves off to. So yeah, friends don't let friends drive with the windows up. Let it, if you can, let them down, man. Have some fun. Let the goodness in. Be open for expansion. I know I will. And this spirit walk and talk, or float and toke, whatever we're calling it, is definitely taking us to really smart places, I would say, today. So yeah, man. Victory and valor. What was your card? And opposing, opposition. Your first one.
That was the King of Cups. That was
King of Cups.
I mean, balance.
Balance. So victory, valor, opposing, opposition, finding that balance. And now we have opening ourselves. And we've been talking about opening, or at least myself, expansion. Right? Expansion. This is expansion, man. This is opening to all the joys, because there's immeasurable amounts out there. So letting them in, celebrating them, and if those of you have funnily enough asked about your dog, you got a very specific rating.
Animal reading.
That's it, man. All right, what you got, Ray?
I got the Wild Unknown Tarot. This is a cool one. It's got some like Kim Crans. I don't know, but the deck's pretty cool. I like the artwork in it. There's the back of it. They're all kind of black. The book's really good too.
Cool.
Readings are pretty simple, but they're pretty direct. So give this a knock. So if you have a question, ask now. Ba, 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 ba. All right. Oh, this one must have come out.
All right.
It looks like it's the
I,
Four of Pentacles.
I asked a very specific question. I usually don't do that during our spirit talk and walks or float and tokes,
Right.
but I did. Let's see what
All
happens.
right. Well, I was picking another card, but this one kind of jumped out, so I was like, okay. So
maybe I threw you off because I threw a question in at the end there, man. They were like, "Oh no!"
Spirit was like, "Oh,
Whoa, whoa! He's got a question. He doesn't normally do this. Wait. Okay, pull it.
All right. Oh no, it's Nine of Pentacles. Never mind. What am I? Nine of Pentacles.
There goes the damn neighborhood. Oh my God.
Oh, okay. Well, this
okay.
looks better.
Whew.
Happy, healthy home. Always a welcome card. The Nine of Pentacles is a time to enjoy the many results of your loyalty and hard work. This may be a promotion at work or newfound stability and happiness at home. It's even possible that you'll find yourself enjoying the finer things in life, as luxury and refinement oftentimes accompany this card. Wow. Well, that's pretty much pulled a pretty damn good card.
I'm seeing how it plugs into my question now. So I asked a very specific question about a specific book that I've had on the back burner for a few years now, and I asked, should I restart writing this particular book? And it's I was wondering if I should share the title or not. It's called like all these M's, and
Okay.
it's called the 5 M's to waking up hungry, and or there's been a lot of different titles. But it's always and then it's like the 5 M's to this or the 5 M's to that. I always change that depending on where I'm at in the cycle of creation over these years. But you started off with HHH, which was the alliteration as well. And so, and I was like, oh shit, well, there's a little affirmation for me. Like, yes, you should do your MMMMM book. And here's some help with some H's. So it started off with, what was the 3 H's there that started off with?
Happy, healthy home.
Happy, healthy, and home. And all right. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take that as a write the damn book, dude. Like, stop procrastinating. Dive in.
I mean, it says, well, the Nine of Pentacles is a time to enjoy the many results of your loyalty and hard work. So maybe your loyalty and hard work could be, your hard work is whatever, maybe, whatever, when you stopped, whatever, writing that idea to like now, the stuff that you did and the stuff that your experiences that you went through. I'm sure you gained a lot more wisdom over.
Yeah. You hit it right on the head too, because I say it's not a self-help book. It's a book on how I help myself, and so it's a biographical story, of how I use these 5 particular M's. It's like manifestation, magic. Then there's 3 other M's. I'll just leave that out there. But yeah. What's that?
Motorcycles?
Close. Meditation. But there's 2 more M's, and we'll leave that, to be determined. By the book. It's not M, but it will be now, thanks to the Bodhi Bros. Another alliteration. Oh, come on, Bodhi Bros. Health, happiness, home. And I always envision like certain like talk show hosts saying it too. Like that's part of my manifestation. Like like Oprah or Ellen or Howard Stern or someone like that going. And now imagine Howard Stern going, John with a J from the Bodhi Bros joining us with his new book.
I like it, man.
All right. So
your loyalty and hard work is paid off. The hard work was, getting through all that crap you had to get through till now.
Yeah.
Now, the fruit of the wisdom, the fruit of those experiences, that wisdom, you could use that and apply that now to. make it better than what it was before.
Yeah, the book wasn't ready to be written too because I wasn't far enough in the journey to feel good enough about the story because I had and I think that's the toughest part of this book is that I'm always going to feel like I have more work to do on myself, right? And
Right.
and but there could I think the way that I need to justify that or to power through that in a healthy way, not in a bulldozy way, is to say like, dude, you can always write volume 2.
Right.
Like get the first one out there about this chapter. Maybe the second chapter I write when I'm 80 years old. So the first volume is, life through 40 and the second one is 40 through 80. Maybe look at it that way because
Yeah.
when are our lessons or our growth ever going to be complete unless we
Yeah. We're never gonna stop. There's no
unless we say it can't get any better than this, and then it won't. Fruit is hard to grow, Ray.
Coke and float.
Hey, you need to ask a question now. Yes, because I did. So you think when I raise this deck up, I actually before I raise the deck up, I'd like for you to like get a question. And audience, you can either get a question or sneak peek there, or because I got excited, or don't.
Like, I feel like the pressure is now like.
That's okay. Just sit with it. Sit with it. Sit with it.
All right. What deck you got?
Do you got a question yet?
It's kind of like a broad question, but yeah.
All right. Some people like dogs. They're dog people. Some people. Oh my gosh, Ray, are you frozen?
No, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Okay, yeah, I was frozen.
All right.
Oh, okay. Cat Tarot. You're probably wondering, was he? All right. Cat Tarot.
All right. Cat Tarot. Here we go. Cat. So I had the dog energy. Now, folks, I don't know if this book works the same. I don't know if this is. Oh my gosh, the reading is microscopic. Like I don't even know if my light's gonna help me. These words are so tiny, Ray. Holy shitballs, Batman. Okay. Ray has frozen again.
Yes, I have frozen.
These are the back of the cards. Woo! What a release that is.
That unfroze everything.
Am I allergic to cats? No, I have to. I think I was at one time, but I worked through that.
I'm very allergic to cats.
You gotta look into that resistance, Ray. Why are you allergic to cats? Something when you were a little kid. There was some type of trauma around cats, whether it was physical or otherwise. Something happened with, about, or around cats that made you allergic to them. That's allergies are traumas, man. Childhood traumas. Something happens either in the womb or post-birth that makes us, maybe you can uncover that in some type of inner child shadow completion parts process work of sorts. All right, shuffling it up, shaking out Macarena. Okay. Hey, it's a tarot. Got it. Shit. Ray's got his question. Maybe you got. Oh, that one popped out, Ray. As soon as I said Ray has his question, that one popped out. I was trying to grab it. There it is. Boom. What does it say?
I can't read it.
I don't think it says anything. How am I gonna find what this? Wait, there's. Okay, there's Roman. Oh my gosh, is that? I gotta get my reading light for this, Ray. I think it's the same. All right, this is kind of funny because it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, I thought it was 12 again. It's 7 mice, and there's the Roman numeral 7 on the bottom there.
Okay, I think I see it.
But I don't know. I don't think it's the 7 of mice. So I'm gonna have to find. I'm gonna have to find the card in here and see what it is. The 7 of. Did we just do pentacles? We just did pentacles, right?
Yeah.
All right, so let me find death. I'm flipping, the sin, the judgment, the world. Okay, these are the minor arcana or arcana. How do you say it?
Arcana? Arcane? I don't know. Tomato, tomato.
I just got to find the 7. That's it. 6 of Wands.
So what is
Okay.
the 7 of?
It is the 7 of Wands.
Okay.
What was my first card? Was it Wands? Yes.
Yeah, I think it was a wand.
Wasn't it the 7?
I don't remember.
I think it was. I think it was the 7 of Wands.
I can't remember.
I'm pretty sure it was. All right. Here we go. Ray, your question. Right. You don't have to say it right now, but it says, you are no stranger to tenacity and perseverance at all costs. Some may even call it stubbornness. All right, I'm going to struggle through. There's only like 2 more sentences, so it won't be too much of a struggle. Oh my God, this writing is tiny. I need readers, Ray. I need readers. I need some Bodhi readers. All right. While you may be outnumbered by your enemies, rest assured that your holy crap, your position on that high precipice gives you the distinct advantage. Stand your ground, and you'll have no trouble battling them over the edge. Is that battling or batting? Oh, batting them over the edge. You have the upper paw. Rest assured, you're in full control. So that's you, Ray, on the top shelf. All those little mice, those are your little oppositions, man. You stubborn Bodhi son of a gun.
I mean, I guess that's good, but I don't really know how it really relates to... I mean, I basically asked generally of purpose, insight into my purpose. So I guess my purpose is to smash the opposition.
Is tenacity and perseverance at all costs. So I think identifying what... So you asked what your purpose is.
A purpose, get insight on the purpose. So how do you think that would relate to purpose? You drew this card for me on purpose, or for my purpose.
Yeah, I think just to be tenacious, as far as finding out what that truly is. So it's not an answer to your general inquisition, but just being, just like, there's no obstacle. You're the destroyer of obstacles. You're like, you're gonna have pressure from friends, family, relationships, whatever, society, and just being tenacious enough to bat all that shit off the shelf. Like, okay, whatever. Yes, I have to pay bills. Yes, I have to, but moving all that shit aside. Not that family and friends are shit, but that stuff aside, and just coming from here. What does Ray want? Ray being stubborn to Ray, not anybody else. How am I going to serve myself and in turn be able to serve the world in the highest good possible? It's going to feel good. It's going to be sustainable. Like, what does that look like? With no other considerations or distractions in the way. But what does that look like between my contract, between myself and source and my higher self, that little power of 3 situation there, which is really just one? What is it? And just with pinpoint focus and tenacity and perseverance, you're gonna find what that is. That's my reading. That's my reading for you. You like it? Does that work?
All right. Kind of what I was kind of getting out of that too is just that, I think sometimes stubbornness and selfishness get sort of a bad rap.
Yes, good point.
We kind of say that, oh, that person's stubborn, but there's a certain thing of being committed and being loyal. That you could say that person is stubborn too. It's when you're committed to something, when you're loyal to something, a vision, a dream, or a relationship of something, of getting a goal, that could be viewed as stubborn because you're very fixed on achieving that and that drive. And that's not a bad thing. A lot of times people who label people as stubborn say that because they're not getting what they want. They want you to like acknowledge or validate something for them, and maybe it doesn't resonate with you or the other person. So a lot of times that's an outside kind of judgment to somebody who wants you to kind of acknowledge something of their own, or maybe do something, or that. So sometimes there is a good way of being stubborn and selfish in a way. And I think sometimes that's not narcissistic. I don't think that's being a narcissist, because you're still, there's a certain point you have to be flexible too, but you have to still be driven and on point. And actually a narcissist will kind of like, well, they're the type of person that would label someone as, oh, that person is selfish and that person is stubborn, when really it's a reflection of themselves. And I think there's that healthy drive, there's that healthy stubbornness, and there's a healthy
right
way of being selfish, I guess.
You said healthy, right?
Yeah.
I think that's the key word and point there, is healthy, because when I said before, like, moving all those people and pressures and shit out of the way, and then I retracted and said people aren't shit and stuff like that. That's the healthy way of approaching it, is we still care about those people, right?
Yeah.
We're not calling them shit, but what we're saying is in order to, and it's just semantics in the moment, in order to get back to these people that are important to us, and to these other people and things over here in the world that we haven't even met yet, but we would like to connect with, I have to be stubborn and I have to be selfish and take care of this and do what's in the highest interest of this, so that I can gather these things eventually and give and support and help and nurture and heal and yield a greater life and a richer experience, because I was, in a healthy way, selfish and stubborn, and I drove with focus and determination and into this stuff, pushing all that other thing and people and distractions to the side, so that I may grow wings and revisit the stuff that I temporarily had to say, I have to do this.
Right. It's kind of like when you're in school and you have friends that want to party every weekend and party every night, and you kind of have to have that, like, it goes back for that wondering balance, and maybe you're gonna have to be like, no, I can't tonight, or whatever, because I have to, whatever that goal of you passing that test, or whatever, like getting that good grade, is more important in the long run than you going out and having some beers with that person that maybe you could, schedule that another time. So it's not that you neglect your friends, it's just that you kind of have that balance, that priority set.
And so let's say that you adopt this focus, and you really just hone in on what's already there, because it says that that you are a stubborn person, you have this tenacity in you. So whether it's prevalent today or it's been suppressed, when Bodhi Ray taps back into this power that we're speaking of with this 7 of Wands, right?
Yeah.
What will it feel like when you're on the top of that mountain of purpose that you've discovered, looking out upon all the possibility? What word would you might use that maybe we've talked about earlier in card number 1?
Oh, that was valor.
And victory. It was the 7 of Wands. I found it.
Oh yeah, there it was.
So we got it. We started with it, and now we're back to it. So,
yeah.
And what was it? It was oppositional, just destroying the opposite, not destroying the opposition, but addressing
the obstacles, the opposition,
right. And we're back to talking about that. So, Ray,
definitely.
I can't wait to hear next week what your purpose is.
All right. Should we do one more?
Yes, you have a homework assignment.
One more.
Ray's got to figure out his purpose. Folks, ladies and gentlemen, he'll be reporting back, no pressure, next week, Ray, with your purpose.
This is one of my favorite tarot decks, is the top deck.
You love that deck, man.
Mr. Crowley.
You love that deck. You should marry that deck.
Maybe I will.
Maybe you will.
Maybe that's my purpose.
Boom, just like that, folks. Ray's homework is finished. His purpose is to be the first human being to marry. Is it an oracle or a tarot deck?
It's tarot.
Oh, you might not be the first person to marry a tarot deck. It may have been done. All right, folks. So if you got a question or an attention for Ray and the tarot deck that he's about to pull from, ask it. Or if not, just sit back on the inner tube and spin around. Enjoy the tide and the ride. Enjoy the tide and the ride. There's the rhyme.
It is the Princess of Discs.
Like bisque, like the soup?
Discs.
Or disc like the frisbee.
Disc,
got it.
like a disc, yeah.
Not bisque.
I'm gonna have to look up real fast because there's no book.
What have you
You could
done
buy a
to
book
us?
separately that doesn't come with a book.
Got it. So you got to look it
So
up. Okay.
okay, so as I have it up right now, it's just a matter of like, okay, I'll go with this one.
Okay.
The tarotx.net reading, and I'm gonna go scroll down. Okay, well, here's it says the instinct is seek emotional security, purpose, physical connection, pregnancy, and childbirth. The light, sexuality, love, emotional warmth. The shadow, hedonism, laziness, I can't say that. Sentimental. I don't know.
You did. You said it.
All right, so
Sentimentality?
I'm gonna give the overview.
Okay.
This card represents a necessary and valuable impulse that will bring about long-term results. For the warrant, she is a challenge to discover. Let a person be inspired to achieve the greatest profit from the opportunities he or she receives. And then I'm going to go under awareness. In terms of consciousness, the creative aspect of this card is shown specifically. It indicates that after a long time of preparation or waiting, the time has come in which a major impulse, something that we may have missed many times in the past, now appears and thus creates an important development, parentheses, maturity process in us. So it sounds like to me, it's like, like a lesson that maybe this lesson keeps coming around, and you're not really seeing this. And now maybe your third eye is going to awaken, or maybe you're going to feel like, oh, I get why this pattern keeps happening. And then maybe like a light bulb's going to come up. And, maybe by seeing that, it's going to open up maybe different opportunities. It says sexual. Maybe somebody will, I don't know, maybe you'll get laid. Maybe maybe someone's hitting on you, or some opportunity in love. You're not catching the signs. You're like, oh, you know what? This person's been hitting on me, or whatever, or really likes me, or something like that. So maybe that'll be kind of the sign. You'll finally see it and ask that person out. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's a call to action card, and since it's our final card too, so taking everything, the culmination of the five previous cards, and then making this the anchor card of sorts, and really rooting today's talk and walk, token float, ride the tide, messages, and wrapping it up into one. I think we throw this anchor card out and we say, like, let's this wheel that's spinning, these opportunities that we keep seeing, and these lessons that keep coming, and we're just not getting it, or we're slowing it down, we're stopping, and we're saying, I'm jumping on now, right? All right.
Yeah.
So I'm visioning one of these, like, those really dangerous merry-go-rounds at the park that we used to ride as kids, the little metal ones, or,
Oh yeah. To jump on.
yeah, right. And the kids
Yeah.
flying off of it. But like, it's time to jump on that merry-go-round. It's time to say, like, otherwise it's just going to keep spinning without us, and we're not going to have any fun. We're not going to take that chance. And
Yeah.
maybe, this is that opportunity to matrix, like, slow down the merry-go-round so that we can feel like we can jump on. Not that it has to be safe, but just really, really being present, like you said earlier, in the moment, and being like, I can get on that merry-go-round. It's time for me to get on that merry-go-round.
Definitely.
You know,
Time to write that book.
that's the way that's the way I'm steering this boat. As
I
I'm
think it's like if you look at the themes of all the cards, it seems like it has about there's victory and working through opposition of what you want. It's time to jump on, take ahead, take that leap. Maybe you have to work on some of the opposition why you're hesitant of taking that jump. But when you do take that jump and you're very focused on it, you're very focused, you're going to be victorious. It's going to lead to victory.
Yes.
So basically, that's it's kind of the theme of today is take that chance and you'll succeed.
Yeah. Spend some time, get clear, get tenacious, get stubborn, and invest in yourself. And the merry-go-round, that's going to slow the wheel down, and then you're going to see your spot, and you really just, you're going to be grounded in you, and really just, being that abolisher of opposition, of oppositional anything and everything, and really just be able to finally take your shot, take that chance, and make something magical and special happen. That's the 5 delicious M's to waking up hungry. I'm your host, co-host. Oh shit! It's gonna be a book, Ray. It's gonna be a book. But it's
I like it.
I do too, man. And next week we'll learn about Ray's purpose, and it is not marrying a tarot deck. But stay tuned. We will figure out what that is. And yeah, that's good, man. That's really good. Hey, in Ghostbusters, they say never like cross the streams or whatever.
Right.
Right. What happens if we like cross our Bodhi stream? Like, but let's see if the screen blows up, man. Like, what? Like, lift it.
Like
Yeah,
Buddha
lift it up. No, you're going the wrong way. Go the other way. Go the other way. Go the other way. Yeah, there we go. All right. Whoa! Damn it! It is pretty. That's great. I felt it. I felt it. I felt it. So yeah, yeah, man. So that's episode 8 of season 3 of the Bodhi Bros.
Very much, everyone.
Yes, please. 3 simple things, 3 seconds. Like, share, subscribe. Everywhere, as soon as you can, with everything. Not just us, but your friends, your family, your coworkers, your social media platform communities. Just spend some time. If you're scrolling, 3 seconds. Like, share, subscribe, or comment. Get some activity going for those projects, those people, those just artists and creators out there that pour their life and their passion into to jumping on the merry-go-round. Help them continue that ride and that adventure by just promoting awareness by 3 simple steps, 3 quick seconds. Please and thank you. You can find us on all the platforms. We're everywhere. If we're not where you want us to be, let us know and we'll try to get there. And if you have some ideas, as Ray will always remind you, on certain decks you want us to explore, maybe purchase, or if you want us to have a certain subject or interview a certain celebrity or a friend of yours, whatever, let us know and we'll try to make it happen. Ray, you got anything else, my man?
Good, man. Sounds good.
All right. I am John with a J.
I'm Bodhi Ray. We out.
We're out. See you next week.
Still recording,
Damn.